Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Sequin Girly Crates. I'm Sam and I am Sequin Girly. I just have a little play with my necklace here, and today is an episode that I wasn't sure whether to make, but actually I put a poll out on Instagram and on YouTube and you all said, well, 80% of you said do it, so here we are. This is everything I made in 2024. So I do need to start with a couple of caveats. First of all, I will not be including in the count this year any toiles that were just non-wearable toiles, any pattern tests that didn't become items I wear, and anything that I didn't finish because things for whatever reason end up in the dirty corner, naughty corner, all of those sorts of things. So I've only included things that I have made and worn. I have been incredibly thorough with this one. I made an Excel spreadsheet type file. I categorized by what season I made it in, what item of clothing it was, and what the pattern was, and like a keyword to help me remember. And I made a pie chart. So let's get started on this. I think one of the critical things about saying what, breaking it down, so let's take trousers for example, breaking them down into winter and summer, etc., is important because I don't have them all in my wardrobe all of the time, and so knowing which ones I have to wear in the summer and which ones I have to wear in the winter is a really critical part. Let's start with the headlines. Let's start with the pie chart. Here is the pie chart of the whole year of things that I've made. Not surprisingly this year, because I've really put an effort into this, tops was the biggest part. And that's really critical for me because I knew that the tops would bring all the orphan pieces together into the wardrobe. And then again, not surprisingly after that, was trousers, because I have been on my infamous trouser pursuit this year. And knowing that actually I've created a good wide range of trousers that I can wear doesn't lead me to be surprised by that. And then dresses. Now dresses did surprise me a bit, because when I look at dresses like in my wardrobe right now for my autumn winter, I'm not seeing any ones that I've made. Gives us a whole array. So you can see I had skirts, cardigans, jogger sets, jumpers, quilted jackets, tank tops of all the sleeveless varieties, dresses, jersey dresses, trousers, t-shirts, tops, and shorts. Shorts was surprisingly low, 0.9%. Now you might be thinking, why has she done this? This is my second year doing this, and the reason I've done this is because if I am going to sew my wardrobe, if I am going to sew the majority of what I wear, if actually in 2024 I didn't buy any new clothes, I bought a couple of charity shop pieces, actually I need to be really conscious about what I'm sewing. And if I'm sewing a lot of one thing and not wearing those, what am I doing? So this is really about making sure that what I do is really conscious, and my word of the year, intentional. So by reviewing and considering, I check out my leanings, my preferences, I become intentional and what I'm doing. And also as I do it, I think, what didn't work? What did I not sew? As we go along, I'll be really interested if you've got any sense of how much you, not in terms of quantity, but proportionately, do you sew more skirts, less trousers? This is really not about, whoa, look at how much I sew, or I sew too much, but looking at the proportion of what do I sew the most of versus left. Now, obviously, I've done the exact numbers, because if I'm going to do everything I sewed in 2024, I need to know that to be able to tell you what they are. That last winter I really went to town on the jogger sets, the cozy dresses, the jumpers. And when I look back on last winter, we'll talk about joggers first. When I look back on last winter, I sewed 3 jogger sets quite close together that actually have come back out this winter. So if we think of January 2024, I made the mushroom jogger set, which is full till in the buttons, Stella jumper, Stella joggers, just without the hoodie, and a matching infinity scarf. Worn that. Then I've got the swirl print one, which is till in the buttons, Stella joggers, and fibre mood Stella batwing jumper. And then the purple constellation one, which is till in the buttons, Stella joggers, closet core mile end sweatshirt. Those 3 have had so much wear, which tells me a comfy, matching, joyful jogger set is a critical part of my wardrobe. I do always sew at the moment the till in the button Stella joggers, because why fix what isn't broken? It works well for me. I then went on to sew quite a range of jumpers. So if we look at jumpers, through the year, I sewed 8 jumpers. If we look down, glasses on for this bit, I also sewed a mile end sweatshirt with green and black leopard. Warning, if you're going to sew the mile end, you need to size down unless you like it really oversized. Then I went on to make 2 closet core marigold jumpers, which a purple one and then a nice sort of teal and red one. And I made a denim pogo nip. Of all of those so far, only the 10th denim pogo nip hasn't been worn enough for my liking. If we keep going on with jumpers, through the spring and summer, real gap in the jumper sewing. It took to the middle of the summer when I actually made an LB pullover in pink French terry, and actually that was a really key staple of my summer wearing, because I'll move this way a bit, because a person really needs in the UK and for many other parts of the world a jumper in the summer that's a nice summer fruity colour. So that was a perfect one for me. And then jumper wise, another huge gap until we got to autumn winter of 2024, right at the end of the year. And then I suddenly went jumper crazy again, and I sewed a pink tilly in the buttons jumper with just the puff at the shoulders, a pink star jumper, which was the NH Patterns Heather sweater, which is a free pattern, and a green jumper, which was the quilted sleeve jumper. Why have I written top for that? That's messing up the stats. And I also made the quilted jumper in Sew Up Cycle. So let's go on to tank tops. I'm not going to go too much to town on that because my previous episode was all about sewing the Chilcon Notch Max T. So I started the year with the black one, which has been worn all the way through 2025 and is clearly going to be worn through 2024 and is clearly going to get worn a lot in 2025. I then went on to make a pink one, which didn't quite work out, but I have worn it a bit. And then tank top wise, I didn't make any through the summer, no surprising reason. I then made some more traditional t-shirt type ones in the summer. So just the racer back, I used the Largo tank, which is a free pattern. And then I didn't make any more until 2025, and I've made some already. So I think that as you know, as a useful type of top goes, is a good amount. And I tell you what, those sleeveless tanks are perfect in the winter as well. The ones that are like jumpers, throwing over dresses, but the Largo tanks, like racer back type t-shirt one, great as a base layer, and I quite like wearing those in bed as well. Right, let's go for jackets. Ignoring the quilted jacket for a minute, I sewed 2 other jackets in 2024. So jacket 1 was the tablecloth gown jacket that I sewed as part of Sew Up Cycle, and I actually wore on holiday, and that was right into autumn. And the other autumn jacket was the Havea in a blue cotton waffle, which I also made for holiday. So those are the 2 jackets. And then there's a little throw on one, which is the pink stripe. I don't know if we count that as a jacket or not. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts on that. But of course, if we hop straight on to quilted jackets, now I have only counted the ones that I sewed and have worn. Some of them that I didn't wear and didn't finish have already found new homes, you'll be pleased to know. So quilted jacket wise, I started the spring with the rainbow Havea. That was the pre-quilted bedspread that I bought from Dunelm. And then I moved quite quickly onto quilting my own fabric onto some sweatshirting and making a different length Havea in what I now refer to in my head as my blossom Havea. So that was in the spring. Then we get to the summer, and I made one of my ones that I wore a lot through the summer, which was my vintage purple floral Jackie O quilted jacket. Now, the Jackie O is one of those patterns that came in a magazine many, many years ago. Not going to give you details about how to sew these because you just need to check out the quilted jacket blog if you want that. And then I made the grey Great British Sewing Bee pattern, and that was in a pre-quilted M&S bedspread. Surprised myself with how much I liked a grey jacket, I have to say. And then there was quite a gap, and then I made the tiger pink Great British Sewing Bee quilted jacket, and that one I can't wait for the spring to come when I can wear that again because love that one. So that's my jacket. So I think as a year goes through, I am quite happy with that balance of, in total, 7 jackets, 2 of which are holiday ones, 5 of which are wear all round. So then let's go for other smaller categories. So t-shirts. Didn't sew a huge amount of t-shirts that I've ended up wearing, slightly more than on my count here, I'd have to say. So I made an orange hemlock, a white circle hemlock tee. I made some closet core, which I think I've counted as tops for some odd reason. And one other t-shirt, which was the plantain tee by Deer and Doe. All 3 of those free patterns. Now, weirdly, I don't know why I counted the closet core long sleeve tops as tops instead of, here it is, as t-shirts, but there we go. So we have a couple of other small categories. We have cardigans. Now, I made 4 cardigans through the year. I made the Marlow pink one right at the beginning of the winter in January 2024. Love it, still wear it loads, absolute massive wardrobe staple. I then went on to make 2 Tilly and the Buttons Bertha cardigans in same fabric, different colours, a blue and a green one. They were invaluable through the summer. Because they were white batwing, it meant if I had a puffier sleeve underneath, there was room for it. Perfect colour, perfect throw on in that rainy summer that we had. They got a lot of wear. They're getting a bit bobbly, I have to say. That shows how much I wore them. Towards the latter end of the summer, I then made a Tilly and the Buttons Bertha, lovely colour blocked aqua one. Really like that. Really looking forward to the spring coming again, to wear that again. It's just such spring colours. So let's just do jersey dresses. I've got 2 written down here. Let's see what the 2 are, and then we can take apart the other very large the category of 20 dresses. So let's break this down. Let's get into this. So jersey dresses, my self-drafted jersey dresses. There is a whole video on how to make this if you want. And these were made right back in January, February time 2024, and I made them closely back to back. There is a whole video on how to make this. I made one in a gorgeous Minerva green jungle print and one in a fabulous rainbow leopard print that I managed to get from Legend Textiles. I have worn both of those dresses so many times. I feel so great in them. There's nothing around your tummy. You can chuck a tank over the top, great pieces of jewellery, cardigan on, whatever you like. I just feel I love them, and I've worn them so many times. And then they were sewn right back January, February of 2024. And then that followed quite closely behind by another jersey dress, which was a black twist front, which is my own pattern. Again, video on how to make it. And that makes me feel really nice. I went sleeveless so I could put tops underneath and play with the colour. And then in the spring, I made another jersey dress of a self-drafted one in a purple sort of animal print fabric, which I bought from Abercorn. And what I love is if you look at I'll put the 3 self-drafted ones here next to each other. They look so different, and it's the same process I'm using on each one, and that's what I really like about those. Then I made the Tammy handmade Gaia Gia GIA, and I made a 12 first, and then the red one. That is the dream dress for when it's a hot sweaty day and you just want something on and you don't want anything to irritate your body. It's got a built-in bra shelf, which I love. You don't have to do it, but I love it. Right in the middle of the summer, I made a short sleeve Tilly and the Buttons Stella in a gorgeous apple print fabric. I feel so me in that dress. I can't wait for some weather to wear that again. And then I made, unsurprisingly, a Seasons of East jersey version. If you want to know more about that, there's a YouTube episode on that. That's the great thing about all these reviews, is you can go back and watch all the things for the deets you want on those. Then in the summer as well, I made a gorgeous Westcliff dress in a green sort of animal print fabric. The fabric is so soft. I love that. And then I made 2 jersey sort of tank style dresses. One was a closet core travertine and one was a Largo tank that I extended. Really looking forward. Didn't get the weather after that to wear them, so I'm really looking forward to weather to be able to wear those again. So let's have a look then at dresses, not jersey dresses. So in the spring, now this is made of stretch, but it's not really a jersey. I made a My Handmade Wardrobe cozy jersey dress, and I made it in an amazing Minerva exclusive print velvet. I originally made it for Catwalk. I love it. I'm really raring for an opportunity to wear that again, so it's going to be coming out as soon as there's a great opportunity. In the winter, I made a Tammy handmade Naya in a tiger sort of knit fabric that I love, and it's perfect for throwing tops underneath. And closely followed that by a Tilly and the Buttons extended Freya in a brushback sweatshirting. And that one, when you're having like a day where you don't want anything around your tummy, you just want to feel snuggly like you're wearing your duvet, that is a dream. Works perfectly with the black max tee over the top as well. And then I made the Style Arc Bell dress. Now I made this with Christine. We made them together at the same time when we went away, and I don't think I'd have done it if Christine hadn't been there. I love it. I love it so much I want to go back and make it again. I'm not sure I'd got the pattern sizing right, so I've had it reprinted because I had to put a panel down the side to expand it, but I have worn it. I wore it to the sophisticated afternoon tea. I wore it when we took family members to a nice meal in Brighton. I wore it out for afternoon tea with Christine. It's just one of those dresses that you feel fancy. When you wear it, you're feeling fancy, and you need those dresses in your life, don't you? I then made another My Handmade Wardrobe cozy jersey dress in a space print. I have worn this to work lots of times because I love that it's a space print, but I look really sort of put together and organised at the same time. It is a jersey, but it's a proper dress, if you know what I mean. Then I made another My Handmade Wardrobe cozy jersey dress. Looks completely different, and this one was in 2 types of ponte, and it's more sort of tunic-y style, but I love the variety of that pattern and how those 3 dresses have come up so differently. Then if we go to the summer, I made 2 Marilla Walker Nautus. Now I'm really sorry this pattern isn't available anymore and I can't find how to contact her. Someone did try to suggest, can't. I made a rainbow seersucker and a pink madras one. The pink madras one, wherever I wear it, people comment on how much they like it. I love wearing it too. I feel fancy in a like everyday fancy in that. I've worn that loads. I did yellow rickrack just poking out around the sleeves and the bottom of the skirt. Love that dress so much. Seasons of East, summer in New York, lilac in this gorgeous viscose. I love that. That I've worn several times. I feel so good. Go back to a pattern. If you love it, make it in different fabrics, make it in slightly different weight fabrics. It will really change the dress. But if you love it, don't stop making it. In the autumn, to go on holiday, I made 2 Soho House 7 Sovi sundresses, one in a duvet and one in double gauze. Love them both. Really looking forward to some summer weather to get those back out. They were made specifically for holiday, but I will wear them next summer. And that's it for dresses. I'm enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this too, because what I'm realising is actually I really love and have great memories of everything I've made here. It can feel scary when I do that, but actually these are all getting worn. So let's go on now to the trousers. Been a slight time to change between the rest of now, but it'll be fine. So let's whip on the glasses. Sorry if the light's reflecting. So when we think about trousers, we need to start with the wonderful Walk Boldly trouser by Pattern Emporium. I have to say I haven't made the best of this pattern yet, but what I have found is it is a go-to in my wardrobe. So I very swiftly last winter made grey tiger pair with fabric from Pound Fabric. I then made a blue and green pair. That was a creative solution to not having enough of the blue ponte that added a green stripe down. And then I made a leopard ponte pair. Now, oddly, the leopard pair are a bit tight round the seat at the back, but love them. All 3 of those pairs get worn lots. And then I jumped on to making So Over It ultimate trouser. The jury is still out on those. I have worn them though, and I have adjusted them since looking at the picture on the packet. Then I made a purple Walk Boldly pair, which go with the purple marigold top, so I've got like a cord. And then we got into the summer and I went full blown summer trousers. But just prior to that, I did make like this crepe scuba pair of Tilly and the Buttons Stella joggers. They have become a all season round staple for when I want to look smart, casual and comfy, and I'm still wearing them a lot now, to the point where I've now made myself another pair in a different colour. I then made a pink pair of the Walk Boldly. Love those with tops. They're just the perfect foil, love that word, against patterned tops, or making it casual with the t-shirt. In the summer, I really went for trousers as like a big sort of exploration. So they aren't all mentioned here because some of them haven't become pairs that I wear regularly, but there is a full trouser explanation if you want more details. But I made the most favourite summer pair of trousers I've ever made, which is my Madras So Liberated chanterelle pants. Love them. Quickly followed by a tiger like jungle pair, and slightly later on in the summer a blue pair. Those 3 just summer staples. I made a pink floral Friday Pattern Company Saguaro pair of trousers as well. They were quite swishy. I made them cropped because it just felt more sort of me. I made myself like a summer yoga cropped trouser. I used the Tilly and the Buttons Stella pattern again, but made them in this fabulous apple fabric. And they are just what you want when you want like a fitted trouser in the summer. Cropping a trouser makes it feel like summer. I then went back and revisited the Closet Core sepia pants, which I made in a lovely apple green. Whilst I love them, boy oh boy does that fabric crease, but they are a lovely bright crisp apple colour, and I really look forward to getting those back out again. I then went, as we got towards the end of the summer, I made like a cotton linen pair of So Liberated Arthur trousers. I really like them for holidays. Don't know about in the UK unless we have a hot sunny day. It's definitely a pattern I will go back to, but I feel it needs a bit more tweaking. I love the design details like the flat felled seams at the front, but the the rise is very low on like the crotch length is very low down, almost like a harem pant style. So like them, but need to tweak them. I then made a purple pair of the chanterelle pants, which have been a nice cross seasonal. And then I made a green double gauze in like a mint green saguaro trouser, the Friday Pattern Company, and also made at the same time in the Friday Pattern Company saguaro, I made it's sort of like aquas and blues check trousers that go with the Tammy Handmade Naya top. I then got into my autumn phase. I say that checking I've got everything here. I think so, yeah. And I went for the celebrated chanterelle pant again, and this time made a checked pair. Quickly on after that, love that check pair by the way, and I have repaired the fraying at the pocket where I didn't finish it properly. I then made my first pair of Style Arc bob pants, and I made them in like, it's like a stretch chambray, confusing because but they're nice. I like them. They're very autumnal. They're this kind of colour, and after making those, I decided that I did want to adapt the pocket, so I actually then made a charcoal pair in this very lightweight denim that I'd had hanging around for ages, and I adapted the pocket so it could be trapped into the waistband. There is an episode on that with advice about doing that, and I've worn those a lot. I have actually taken in the leg a bit more, and I've even done the radical decision of lowering the waistband a bit recently because I've been enjoying wearing them, but it feels like just that bit too high on me. So I actually unpicked the whole waistband, including unpicking the stitching onto the elastic, and I've lowered it, which it's really important to do those things if it's not quite right. Be brave, get that seam ripper out. I have worn them a lot, and I know I will keep wearing them. And then I made a purple pair of Walk Boldly. So I had a little break before I made some more, and this is in like a really structured ponte, and I really like how structured it is compared to some of the other drapier ones. It kind of holds that wide leg shape. It really shows like a wide leg trouser, depending on what you use, the drape of the leg. And then I made a till in the buttons, another pair of Stella joggers, but this time in a black ponte. They are winner for when you want a nice top with just a pair of black trousers. Love them. And I have since, which is not on here, recently finished in this tealy blue colour, petrol-y tealy colour, another pair of bob pants. But trousers was strong this year, and what I've really felt is I really found my trouser game in terms of what worked for the summer, because we had a lot of rain, wanted to feel summery but needed something that worked. I've got a good range of trousers now in my wardrobe that work for all different occasions. Oh, so what a whirlwind. Well everyone, I hope you have enjoyed the pretty mammoth but also whirlwind tour through everything I made and wore, and that's the critical bit. There are things that were made that never made it into the wardrobe in 2024, and I would like to go back to what I said at the beginning, which is why do this. This is not a me bragging, bigging myself up, going look what I've made. This is like a really important chance to reflect and go, okay, I made those, that worked, so I don't need to make 5 more pairs of summer trousers next year. So do not go shopping, Sam, and buy fabric to make lots more trouser patterns for the summer. So it's really about that reflecting and thinking, and as you know, my word from this year, intentional. So it's what will I do? What gaps are there? What needs to go with those? So there is definitely more winter trouser work to be done, because when you listen, the majority of my winter trousers that I've made are quite casual or they are the Walk Boldly wide leg. A couple of those pairs are in pretty cheap Ponte and are getting quite bobbly now. I have got one of those de-bobbler shaver things. I think the fancy word is it's getting pilling on it. But it is about now getting the good quality stuff. I didn't know when I made them that I was going to like it. I do now, and I've got the fit right, and I do a little bit of a seat adjustment at the back and so on. But I've realised that when I look at all, for example, the trousers I've made, just a couple of like more tailored pairs, so it really helps me to plan my makes, to look back, to know what's to come forward, because it's so easy to always be distracted by the exciting new shiny things. And that doesn't mean I won't, but on a more consistent basis, striving to keep refining my wardrobe, sewing for the gaps, and making sure that I have a wardrobe that I will wear rather than just nice, new, shiny, lovely fabric things that don't get worn. So what was your biggest thing you made last year in terms of type? Or what was your most worn that you love wearing that you made, and at the time maybe you didn't realise, but actually you absolutely wore it to death? I am not ever unsurprised. I'm always surprised by how many times I wear the Max T by Chalk and Notch. It just seems to go with so many outfits. I wore it again the other day. I'll put a picture here with a skirt that I found in a charity shop and resized with this top, I think. It just amazes me how it pulls so many outfits together. But I really hope you enjoyed that. I know it is mid-January before I did it, but it took some time, it took some effort, and I was enjoying my Christmas festivities. I wasn't ready to do it then, and I will be back again soon. If you are one of the lovely people who collected the 5 words during Vlogmas, I haven't forgotten. I will do the draw in my next vlog, which will be in the middle of the week, and I will be letting you know and emailing you who has won. Sorry it's taken a while, but I enjoyed some time off after the craziness of Vlogmas, and then going back to work, it's like, where have the last 2 weeks gone? But I will catch you again soon. I hope you are all either well or taking care of yourself, and as always, getting to do something that you love. See you again soon. Bye.